Alright, I get it. You're in pain, I feel it, I admit it. I probably should be admitted, but I'm feeling the exact same as you feeling, so I spill it. But I don't know how to reveal it. See, you don't want to face the world, so you conceal it. And I don't want to face the world, so I can feel it. Deep down, buried inside of me, can you dig it? And I believe it's manifesting itself in my dealings. I measure myself by my income, not what goes out. You think your hair is nappy, so you don't let your natural grow out. It's cool, long as we show out, no doubt. Like every time we go out. And now she won't face me. She said that it's time to replace the pot when the flower, while the cynic grows out. Don't do it, don't let it go south. It's too much work, too much hurt. Can't just throw it out. It's confusing, it's not amusing. Why cut me loose when you really don't want to lose me? She said she really want to leave, so I let her write. Could've pulled a card again, but I'm not the sweater type. Man, I've been tripping, feeling like I need you. What I mean, I'm the man, I don't need you. You wanna leave, you can split, pick your feet up and dip. Bumper here, some snack, take these on your trip. I'm going back to how I used to be. On my shit, should've never let them 3 words leave from my lips. Know what it is though, Cisco. My own mind was so clear, I done gave you the go hair. Yeah, and it was shaky. Parkinson's, pardon me, but I should've known when I came barking the apple don't fall far from it. Her mama was like a barber, she took her top off every little partnership. I said money don't grow on trees. I gave her the fruits of my labor, she wanna leave. Then she branched off after I went on a limb. She'll never be part of my family tree.
Just give me a minute to get this video shared up. Not gonna be able to go live on Facebook tonight. Kevin is with his family, so I'm filling in for him tonight. He's preoccupied with some things, so I told him I'll come on. Just had to decide which platform we was actually going to do it on. If we was going to do it on B Evolution, or we was going to do it on my platform, Begging for Change on YouTube. But I'm just taking a moment just to get the video. You actually, Facebook is not going to be able to see this video tonight unless it's through sharing from YouTube. So just trying to maybe get the word out to a few people before I get started here. I'm not going to keep y'all too long because we like extremely late tonight with getting this started. So just going to share this video up real quick. The topic, we going to go back into Voo-Do. Just like Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, we got Voo-Do Week. Okay, so but this is going to be the 3rd installment. This is going to be the final installment. So if you practice Voo-Do, probably not going to want to tune into this one, or you may want to tune in because you may want to provide some insight that I may be missing. But I think I have enough understanding of Voo-Do to be able to speak on it. Don't practice it, but I know people who do. So I'm not just talking out of, I'm not just pulling this stuff out of thin air. So I'm just going to go into it and see if this is really something that we should be doing or should be looking at, or even if it's beneficial at all. If you get offended by some of the things that I'm saying, you just may want to look at, your culture and your practice and your traditions to see if they're practical in this day and in this time. And if it's something that we should continue or take a serious look at discontinuing. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And you're welcome to come in to this conversation. I'm even open to having you come on and we can have a dialogue about Voo-Do. But in my mind, it's just really something that we just need to just discontinue. So I'm for actually completely discontinuing the tradition of Voo-Do, because I don't think it benefits us at all. And I'm going to point out some of those things, and it's really good if you could come on YouTube to join in on this conversation. I'm actually going to put some images up to go along with what it is that I'm saying. So we're just going to have the conversation. All right. So what's going on, 14 Heart? We're talking about Voo-Do. Miss and Roger, hello. Okay, so I know a lot of people are not prepared for the show tonight. Some people may be asleep because I'm in Arizona. It's only 7:30 where I am, but I know people on the East Coast and in some other time zones it's a little bit later. So, but we're gonna get some of the mediators in here to get the show shared up. So, and then Kevin's probably gonna post this on his Facebook page sometime tomorrow, and then I'll put it on my page also. But just give me a moment here to get it shared to a few more platforms here before we dig into this conversation. And probably a lot of people's probably gonna have to watch this video later. They're probably not gonna be able to catch it live. So, but I have something else scheduled for tomorrow. I was gonna just postpone this to do this tomorrow, but I figured I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way tonight. Because I think tomorrow I was gonna think about doing a tribute to MLK, and then just talk about some things that's going on in the community in relation to that whole struggle. So probably gonna do that, and then so we're just gonna go ahead and get Voo-Do out of the way tonight. Just give me one quick moment to get this video shared, and then we're gonna dig into the conversation. I did a couple posts on Voo-Do, and the second one was a little more detailed, but I actually, what I did was, because I know people from Haiti. I have I don't want to say a close relationship, but in the past I've encountered maybe through work and had different relationships with people that are actually from Haiti. I actually have a coworker right now who she is from Haiti. Her father is a voodoo priest. So a lot of the information that I know about Voo-Do is actually firsthand information from accounts that I've gotten from these people who actually are in families who actually continue this practice. Okay. Not only that, but just also I know people who do root work, what they call it, and I think people, the name for that is, I think, hoodoo. So hoodoo, voodoo, Ifa, whatever you want to call it. I've looked at all different aspects of the religion, and a lot of people say that it's not a religion. It is a religion, okay? Because if it's not a religion, then I think you don't understand what the word religion actually means. It is a religion, and also a lot of voodoo cultures, they're intermingled with other religions, Roman Catholicism, Roman Catholic, Christianity. So a lot of these religions, and then what they call that syncretism. So with the religion being syncretized, that's what it is. Okay, so it is blended in with other religions. So how can it not be a religion? Okay, so and just outside of that, okay, you have all of these different variations of voodoo, of the practice. Okay, so when someone says I practice voodoo, then you actually have to go in and explain, just like you do when you say you're a Christian. You have to go in and explain your beliefs and explain your faith and your doctrine. Same way with voodoo. You have, when you say you practice voodoo, then someone's going to be like, okay, what type of voodoo do you practice? Do you practice Haitian voodoo? Do you practice the Yoruba? Like what type, from where? Okay, is it from Ghana? Is it from Benin? Where is it from? Okay, Nigeria. So you have to kind of go in a little further and explain, what type of voodoo you practice. Brazil, Cuba, like all of these different places, Dominican Republic. So all of these places have some variation or some type of voodoo culture. But my whole thing with us is we have to, if you're going to practice voodoo, because what it is we run from Christianity and we pick up Islam, or we run from Islam and we pick up Hebrew, being a Hebrew Israelite. We run from that and then we pick up, ancestral worship or voodoo. So it's like we run from one religion to another. Okay. Cool Molly. I think when you say come from divination, it has divination in it. Okay, so I mean it deals with divination. I mean certain variations of it. Some people say voodoo it deals with nature, and I I'm just saying maybe one aspect of it does deal with nature, and we're gonna get into that. Okay, but my whole thing with voodoo is this any type of religion, okay, because when you're dealing with voodoo you can't say that it's not a religion when you're believing in something that's outside of yourself to control events that occur in your life, okay, whether it be on a small scale or whether it be on a major scale. Some people say you just don't understand how it works. What are my beliefs? I don't have any. Well, when you talk about belief, when you talk about religious beliefs, I don't have any religious beliefs. I believe all religions, no matter what it is, where it originated from, and where it came from, are false. Okay, we give, I guess, voodoo some. I guess it's off limits to talk about it or to speak against it. If I was a Christian and I spoke against voodoo, I guess that would make sense. Okay, but because I'm not religious, and it's okay for me. And again, I iterated this in a previous video. It's okay for me to talk about Jesus. It's okay for me to talk about the Bible and God and how that's false. But when I start talking about these other things, just because they originated from our people, our ancestors, people say no, you can't talk about that. No, voodoo is, and again, if we're talking about voodoo from the perspective of you just understanding herbs and healing properties of natural healing, that's different. Okay, but in my mind I don't even consider that to be voodoo. Okay, that's science. Okay, so if you know that this herb, it's gonna give you some type of healing abilities, just like anything. A lot of the in pharmacy, because I have a background in pharmacy, I understand that there's a lot of things in nature that can heal you. Of course, drugs are made from natural things. So if that's your take on it, then yeah, that's fine. I mean, but to me, that's not voodoo. That's just it's science just called something else. So I'm talking about the voodoo practices where people believe in a creator, they believe in a god, they believe in the loa, okay, those type of things. So those things right there, you're talking about a god or a spirit or a deity, okay, that actually possesses your body, okay. That's false. Okay, that's not only is it false, that's nonsense. Okay, and you can kind of just. I'll ask anyone who believes in voodoo or practices it. I'll say all you have to do is just take an examination of your life. Okay, and I'm not saying that just because you're not financially successful that voodoo doesn't work. I'm saying take a look at your life, take a look at your environment, take a look at everyone else who practices voodoo. What is it producing? And that's a legitimate question that you have to ask yourself. What is it producing? Okay, so if it's not producing, you look at the areas that predominantly practice voodoo. None of them are thriving. Okay, and I'm not saying it has anything to do. I know a Christian would say, "Oh well, yeah, because it's devil worship, it's it's witchcraft, and that's why it doesn't do any good." I'm not coming from that perspective. I don't care if it's witchcraft or not. I don't care what it is. I'm saying it's not a viable solution to correct any problems in your life or anyone else's life. So anyone who practices voodoo, all you have to do is just look at your environment, look at everything around you, and see what is the product of this practice. Okay, so that's my thing. The young lady whose father is a voodoo priest, she don't practice voodoo. Okay, and she's very successful. And how is she successful? By doing business. Okay. She works in a field. I'm not gonna put her information out there, but she is very successful in what it is she's doing in corporate America. Okay, she's making money and she's being able, she's able to take care of herself. Okay, so give me a second. Let me read some of the comments here. I got out of Christianity about a week or so ago. I feel so lost because it's like my mind needs to believe in something. how to deal with that. Well, is it Bandini, Vandy? I think it's Vanity. Is that how you, is that the play on words of your name, Vanity Girl? Okay, I think it's Vanity Girl. Okay, Vanity. You just have to believe in yourself. Okay. Start believing in yourself. Start believing that you are in control. Take control of your life. A feeling of being lost. I guess it's a little bit easier for me. And I was having a conversation with someone about this today. It's a little bit easier for me because I've always been like, even though I was with family, I've always been alone. I've always been kind of isolated in my development, and just pretty much relying on myself. So that's why, like, this is an easy transition for me. What's going on, Rufus? What's up, Terry? Lasam, I hope I'm saying your name right, but it's always, do you believe in magic, crystals? No, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I just think it's coincidental when someone pulls a tarot card and can tell you something that's gonna supposedly happen to you. I I just, I'm better with controlling my own destiny. Like, a lot of us, we believe in things outside of ourselves, but we don't believe in ourselves. We raise our children to grow up not believing in themselves. And I know we want to have respect for our ancestors. And I know voodoo plays a big part in that. People are like, you know what, we're respecting our ancestors. We can't forget about the ancestors. We have to have respect for those that came before us. And I'm 100% for that. But when you're not looking forward to the generation ahead, you're close to becoming an ancestor, okay? Because you are you next in line. I'm next in line to being an ancestor, okay? But if I don't do something to prepare my descendants, okay, when I become an ancestor, my descendants should just forget all about me, okay? Because I didn't prepare them. I didn't give them anything to build upon. Okay, so we're remembering our ancestors, but we're forgetting about the generation that's before us. We have to build for them. We have to not only build them, I'm not talking about finances, I'm talking about we have to build up their mind and finances. Okay, so we have to build them up in both ways. We have to build them up financially. We also have to build them up mentally, psychologically, and emotionally. And then so that they can have something. Okay, and then they can respect us, and that's how they're going to honor us. Okay, because again, I know sometimes we get tricked into, oh, this is what, the white man don't want us to learn voodoo because they know how powerful it is. The white man don't want us to do this because they know how powerful it is. And we get tricked by that because we think the white man wants to, and people say, well, white people practice, well, let them practice it. But I can tell you one thing, they're practicing a whole lot of other things too. Okay. They're not practicing poverty. Okay. You can let them have whatever they want to have. Okay. You're living in poverty. These people that are practicing voodoo, they live in extreme poverty. And it seems like to me, it's easy to attach yourself to things when you're just in a state of despair and hopelessness. Okay, it's just like you need the help from all the guys. You're in such a bad situation, you just want all the guys to help you. Whether it be you want Jesus, you need Mary, you need the Lua, you need what's the I don't know how to pronounce it, but Bunyi or whatever the guy's name is in voodoo. Okay, you need all the guys. You need Zeus, Athena, Medusa. We just need all the gods. Okay, so we can't. It's just like we in such a low state of mind, and we've been living low for so long that we don't think we can get out of it without some help from some cosmic energy or some cosmic force. Okay, the cosmic force is you. Okay, Azil, I am gonna keep on. I am gonna keep on researching, man. I'm just saying with voodoo, I knew what I knew, but I did take a more, I guess, close look at it. And it's like the more information I gathered on it validated what I already knew, but then it just made me even more, it made it even more repulsive to me. Okay. And I am open to someone coming in and says, "Look, Rick, this is another variation of it because your voodoo is not everyone else's voodoo." Okay, all right. So this is what I'm saying, and these things that I've witnessed and I've read and I've seen on my own. None of these things are practical. Okay, it's all believing in something that's not doing us any good in relation to God or gods. We have our expectations for God are so low that God doesn't have to do anything for you. Okay, you sacrificing and giving offerings to a God, but he's not doing anything. It is not doing anything for you in return. You have to think about that. Okay, if you was doing something for someone and just kept doing for them, they just taking from you, taking from you, taking from you. At some point, you're gonna be like, man, I'm giving to you. What are you doing for me? That doesn't even work in a friendship or any type of relationship that you have in real life. You just giving, 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 giving. The person is just taking, 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 but they're not giving you anything in return. That wouldn't even work in a relationship with another person, your spouse, your friends. Okay, this just doesn't work. Okay, but it works in a relationship with these make believe gods, whether it be voodoo, Islam, Christianity, whatever. These guys you just give, give, give. They can't take because they don't exist, but you just giving. It's just a one way relationship. It's a one sided relationship, and you have to think about that. So let me see, Vanity Girl. Yeah, you gotta believe in yourself. Okay, believe in yourself. Teach your children to believe in themselves. Okay, and I'm gonna give them this information about voodoo again. I'm like it's Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. It's Shark Week on voodoo. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a successful business. I'm gonna give you a successful business idea. I mentioned this in the second video. You can open up a religious shop. Okay, and this will be a successful business. It could be a small business. You can sell crosses, Bibles, unks, Eye of Horuses. You can sell sage. Okay, you can formulate you a sage cologne, air fresheners, some sage plug-ins. All right, put some sage in your car. Your car might have some evil spirits in it. Put sage your car. Okay, you can even have some sage breath mints. Okay, because some of us we might have some evil spirits in our mouth. We might have to get them evil spirits out your mouth, so you can get some sage breath mints. But I'm just saying though, you can make a successful business selling people their religious items. Okay, fulfilling their religious needs, being the supplier of their religious needs. Okay, that's the only person who benefits from any of this stuff. Okay, the person that sells the things to you, your candles, your incense, your sage, the supplier of your ritual needs is the one that's getting rich. While you're doing rituals, they're getting rich. Okay, so I'm trying to teach our people to stop doing rituals, and maybe you can do something to become rich or get richer. Okay, instead of allowing people to get richer off of you as a result of your rituals. Okay, so let's just let that sink in. Okay, but I got some pictures here. I got some images that I'm gonna put on the screen, and someone has to come and explain a lot of this stuff. Okay, someone has to explain it. Okay, because in the voodoo culture, no goats are safe. There's no goats that are safe in voodoo. Okay, if a goat hears somebody say voodoo, he's like, meh. Like you want to get a goat nervous, all you got to do is mention voodoo around the goat, and he instantly go into an anxiety attack. Okay, because no goats are safe. LeBron James got to be careful about calling himself the GOAT in some of these voodoo countries. They might sacrifice him and drink out of his head. Okay, because you got some voodoo ceremonies where I seen people drinking out of the head of a goat. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know that was coming. Okay, but before I get too far into it, and while I bring up this image, Kevin is going to be in Birmingham, or BD Evolution, not just Kevin, but BD Evolution family is going to be in Birmingham on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. Okay. Get your tickets now. Go to the bdevolution.org, BD Evolution Facebook page, and you can purchase the tickets there. You can also see Vicky and Claudia, but I think Vicky is going to be the one that's pretty much taking care of this one. So see Vicky Shorts. Her information is going to be there in the link, but BD Evolution will be in Birmingham, Alabama on January the 25th to the 27th. For the 3 days, I think Kevin's going to give it to you for $125 if you plan to attend all 3 days. But if you're only going to do 1 or 2 days, it's going to be $50 a day. Meet and greet. We're going to have a lot of things planned. I'm planning to be there. I hope I can be there, but if they let me off of the, I'll be there. I think I'll probably be there the 26th and the 27th if I do come. I don't know if I'll be able to make Friday. Because we're going to be pretty busy that week. So I may be able to make the 26th and the 27th, though. So I'm going to try to come out and see the family, see you guys face to face, and kick it with you guys face to face. So BD Evolution will be in Birmingham, Alabama, 25th, 26th, and the 27th of this month, January. Tickets on sale, and you see it down at the bottom of the screen right there. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment, and we'll get those addressed for you. But I'm going to bring up a few pictures here so we can take a look at some of these images. And I'm just like, man, some of this stuff is just like out there, dude. And I didn't pick the worst of the things that I could find about Voo-Do to bring these things up. I mean, I was just browsing some stuff, man, and I was like, woo, man, this stuff is kind of crazy. All right, so this first image is just gonna be of this woman right here, man. She looking kind of mean. Okay, so I'm like, dude, hold on, let me see, let me get it right, because my images just be popping up on the screen looking all crazy. But this one right here, I guess she had got possessed by the Loa, and so they put all the little powder on you, and you get in this trance, and you drink some stuff, and messes with your brain chemistry, causes you to hallucinate, and you start shaking around and rolling all around on the floor. I don't understand it. I don't see the benefit of it. And if it is just traditional, that's fine. But when are we teaching our people something practical? Okay, something that they can use and go into the world. And this is my whole point with Voo-Do. Okay, and I'll just go as I'm talking. I'll just go through some of these images. Okay, so this is my whole thing with Voo-Do. Okay, some people say, oh, Voo-Do is science. It's about healing. Okay, well, let's do this then. I don't see any shops that I could go into, okay, and someone could just give me a substitute for acetaminophen, okay. Someone could say, hey, Rick, you gonna buy that Tylenol? Here, take this instead. Now, I know there's a lot of home remedies that you can do, but what I'm saying is, let's play their game. If we're going to do things, if we're going to change and take over markets and be, I guess, competitive in markets, let's play their game. Okay. Let's send someone to pharmacy school. Okay. And learn all of this science and be able to break things down on a molecular level. Okay. Because I have a pharmacy background, learn all of it's full of chemistry. That's all it is pretty much. So, let's send someone who's interested in chemicals and home remedies or whatever the Voo-Do shop. You ain't got to be a pharmacist, but find equivalents to all of these different medications, okay? And just have your own shop. Instead of me going to Walgreens or CVS or some pharmacy, I can just go to you and you can say, what's going on? You need you got allergies? You need some diphenhydramine? Benadryl, I got this instead. Take this here. I'll mix it up for you. Take this, boom. You could buy from them. That could be your own market. Okay. Your natural herbs. And I know some people have businesses like that, but they're not that common. They're not really common. I can't just go down the street and find that. Okay. I got to really look for it. So why are we not learning these things? If we just sitting around in some little hut, just say, hey, here, take this. Let me blow this in your face, and thinking that that's gonna do something, then we're fooling ourselves. Okay, so this is my whole thing. This is the image of some guy getting blood smeared all on his body. Okay, and this was an educated, successful man who I guess went to a voodoo priest, and the voodoo priest told him something about his future, and he believed that he was the next in line to be a voodoo priest. So he went and joined up with them. This is him tasting the blood of an animal that was just sacrificed. Okay, I don't know. I mean, somebody got to explain these things to me. Okay, because this looks a little bizarre. Okay, and I know going in, voodoo they was gonna be doing some things that just looked a little bit abnormal. Okay, and I'm okay with that. This my man right here bathing in the river, thinking that he gonna get cleansed of something, and he going to get cleansed in some dirty water. This water dirty. So now, not only do he got evil spirits, now he probably got some parasites and some leeches and malaria and all other kind of stuff. And his whole body contaminated. Now, first his spirit was contaminated. Now his whole body is contaminated. Okay, so I mean, we just got to be smart. I got more. This is like just the beginning. Okay, I got a few more images here, and then I'm just gonna go into the rest of my material. But you got somebody right here eating a dead chicken that was just sacrificed. Okay, I'm like, come on, man. Like this. When I started researching this, I already had my reservations about it, but then once I learned more and more, it just got worse and worse. It was worse than what I thought it was. Okay, I was like, this is just kind of crazy. Okay, and this is the crux right here. Okay, eating chickens and sacrificing animals and tasting blood, washing yourself in a dirty river. Okay, hold on. I gotta get you. I thought it was the crux, but no, this is not the crux. Okay, my man right here is eating a bottle. He's eating glass. Okay, first of all, he's doing voodoo in FUBU. I was like, you can't make this up. I'm in my chair dying laughing. Okay, he got on FUBU doing voodoo. Okay, I'm like, come on. the dude that's doing the voodoo ceremony got wearing FUBU. Okay, so the dude that's doing voodoo in FUBU is eating glass. Okay, he's eating a glass bottle. Okay, and then after the ceremony, he went back and passed out on a tomb smoking a Newport. Okay, I'm just like, you know what? I can't make this up, man. Let me show you. Let me show you these pictures. Let me just go through these pictures here really quick. You can't make this up. There you go, passed out smoking a Newport. Okay, after he done the voodoo ceremony and ate a glass bottle. I don't know what that was supposed to accomplish, but I hope he accomplished whatever it was he wanted to accomplish, and I'm pretty sure it was nothing. Okay, look at that. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's culture, but man, when your culture doesn't make sense, you gotta discontinue it. It's just like I said in the other video with the Zulus, you burying people alive. You okay with being buried alive until you the one getting buried. And now you like, I don't think this is right. I don't think we should be doing this. Okay. But I got a few more images here, man, and I'm just going to get into this material, man. I was just trying to be light in these first couple videos, but I'm like, you know what, man, this needs to stop. And I think at one point Haiti actually outlawed voodoo. Okay. And I can see why. I can see why. Look at that. He's drinking out of a goat's head. Okay, and the esophagus is still dangling. He's drinking blood out of a goat's head. That's normal. Okay, that's not religion. I'm sorry, man. I thought eating the crackers and the juice in church was bad when they told you that was Jesus' body, but boy, they done took it to a whole nother level. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get these images down, man. I'm just like, come on, man, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. All right, let me go into the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna get through the rest of this information. All right. Yup. He was doing Voo-Do in Fubu. Okay. Got consciousness instead of comments. Oh man, back to my STEM studies, man. All right, man. Cool, Molly. Good luck with your studies. Okay, you can be the next. Okay, yeah, you can. Facebook put me in jail. All right, so, yeah, I understand having respect for our ancestors, but we got to stop doing things that actually don't make sense. Okay, so if I ever go back to Africa and they ask me, they said, look, we about to do a voodoo ceremony, I'm gonna be like, no, the hell we ain't. Okay, this gonna be a waste of time. I'm not doing a voodoo ceremony. Let's go to the safari. I want to see the hyenas. Okay, I'm not about to do no voodoo ceremony. Okay, but even if they did want me to do a voodoo ceremony, I actually would participate in it. Okay, I actually would do a voodoo ceremony because you know why? It's not gonna work on me. Okay, as long as I don't inhale anything, as long as I don't drink anything, it's not going to work. Okay, and then it's just like religion. When they say voodoo is not a religion, it is like a religion because when you have your kids sitting around watching you do these rituals and shake and look like your body is going through convulsions and falling around and falling on the floor and in the ground. Okay, getting dirty like you done lost your damn mind. Okay, they see that and then they repeat it just like they do in church. When you go up to the front of the church and when you talk to the preacher and he put his hand on you and you fall out and people shouting and catching the Holy Ghost, kids see that, speaking in tongues. Kids see that, they grow up in it, and they repeat it. And they repeat it. Just like they can repeat what the preacher done, the preacher's sermon. They can repeat his sermon and verbatim, word for word, because they done heard it 1,000 times. It's the same thing. Okay? I would actually go to a voodoo ceremony, but it wouldn't work on me. And this is the thing. And this is why your voodoo gods or whatever you want to believe in doesn't work. Because if the voodoo god did possess me, he would have to do something. I would make him do something. Okay, I would actually enlighten him. Okay, he don't want to inhabit my body. He don't want to possess me because I would actually enlighten the voodoo god. I would require him to do something other than make me fall on the floor and act like I'm having a seizure. I would actually make him do something. Okay, he'll leave my body, and then the other voodoo guys be like, man, your float different, man. You float kind of different there, boy. What happened to you? They be like, I was in Ricky Swink begging for change. He got me wanting to work out. He got me wanting to change the world. He got me wanting to do all. He got me eating right. I float different. Your voodoo nonsense won't work on me. Okay, and if somebody say they're gonna like a week ago, not a week ago, in the second video, I mentioned somebody said they was gonna put some work on me. Listen. I know a lot of people don't practice that type of voodoo where they can put curses on people or do something evil to someone, but a lot of people do. Okay, that's in the religion because it is a religion. Okay, if you gonna do anything to me, first of all, I don't believe in it, so it ain't gonna work on me. Okay, but let's say you did. Okay, you have to come up with something rare. Okay, you just can't kill no goat or no chicken and put no spell on me. Okay, I got standards with my spells. I'm bougie with my spells. You go to the voodoo priest and ask to put a spell on me, he gonna be like, who we putting a spell on? You be like, Ricky Swink, begging for change. He gonna be like, oh man, that's a tough one. Let me see what we need for that. We need something exotic. We need something rare. We need like a unicorn or a white rhino, a buffalo or something. Okay, because you ain't no ordinary chicken or goat gonna work to put no spell. He gonna be like, bring me Bigfoot. He be like, bring me Bigfoot, some swamp algae, and a hot and spicy chicken, because I'm hungry. Okay, so ain't no regular voodoo ritual gonna work on me. It don't work on nobody anyway. People just doing some nonsense. And then the voodoo stuff don't work anyway because everybody done forgot all the spells. You done forgot all the spells. That's why is it 3 chicken bones or is it 4 chicken bones? I don't know. You put 3 chicken bones in there. You be like, oh man, we done killed Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie dead. You done spell them backfired on you because you don't even remember the spells anymore. All right, we just gonna keep going, man. So we gotta start doing things that make sense. And then those are the ones who talking about voodoo is connected with nature. Okay. You haven't even been camping. You live in the city. You've been living in the city all your life. Okay. So you practicing a religion, because it is a religion, that's in touch with nature, and you ain't even in touch with nature. Okay. You couldn't survive a weekend out camping. And you talking about being in touch with nature, being in touch with voodoo. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So, again, it's just like we got to stop mixing these things together. Okay. Voodoo is not real. And I wish there was more people in here tonight. Somebody that can come in who believes in and practices it. I need a spell for the police to keep them stopping from, again, Guru. This is my argument exactly. Okay. What is this thing producing? Okay, I'm going to need you to cast a whole bunch of spells, okay? A whole bunch of spells. Because there's a lot of spells that you could be. Love spells? Love potions? Is that the best we can do? You got potions to get money, but everybody that practices voodoo is pretty much broke. You see what I mean? So none of this stuff makes sense. Okay, so, but we won't say it. We won't say it. We're like, oh, that's the ancestors. Okay, if your ancestors was doing something wrong, it's okay to say, you know what, we're not going to do that anymore. You remember that scene from Coming to America when she said this is a stupid tradition? She said it's a stupid tradition. So if it's a stupid tradition, he was like, well, who going to change? You change it. I'm changing it. We can change it. We not sacrificing those dang animals no more and spilling blood all over everything, thinking that's going to change something, because it's not. Okay, I seen a video. This young lady came to a voodoo priest. She was dealing with depression. He go do a ceremony on her, kill a chicken, and told her to throw the chicken in the woods. And now that's going to throw away all her depressive needs. Come on, man. This is worse than Christianity. Worse. At least in Christianity, animals ain't got to die. I know they eat the goat. The kids be waiting around like, man, I can't wait till they cook that goat. This is my best part of the ritual. This is my best part of the ceremony, when they cook the goat, when they fry the goat. I can't wait. Come on, man. Like this is. You didn't talk to the young lady. You didn't see what was going on in her life that's causing her to be depressed. All you did was do a voodoo ritual and kill the chicken so she can throw it in the woods. You didn't even eat the chicken. I'd be like, man, we can at least eat the chicken. Come on, man. This is crazy. It's crazy. So, voodoo is not real. Okay. Again, if we're going to practice these sorts of things, how about practice it to our benefit? How about make a business out of it? Okay. Like again, like I said before, with the herbal shop. Okay. If you're going to have a herbal shop, learn like chemistry. Learn how to tell me what's the alternative to me taking ibuprofen. What's the alternative? Because I don't see nobody that's talking about voodoo is this and voodoo is that, breaking nothing down molecularly. Okay, on a molecular level. They just saying, well, yeah, voodoo is this and voodoo is that. That's all they say. Voodoo is not this, voodoo is not that, but they don't give no details. And when I feel like you can't give no details, that means that you not sure about it yourself. Even people who practice voodoo are confused, just like Christians. Okay? You got one saying, "Oh, that's not voodoo. That's voodoo. That's voodoo. That's not voodoo. That's hoodoo. That's not hoodoo. That's Ifa. That's not Ifa. That's Haitian voodoo." See, they not even certain about what their own culture, their own traditions. If traditions are not working, we need to change them. Okay? Whether they be religious or whether they just be your everyday traditions. Okay, that could just be you sitting around on your butt watching TV every day after work or whenever. Okay, just like I said in the video, Netflix and chill. I said $9.99. It seemed like a good deal. Your eyes are glued to the screen, watching others live out their dreams while yours stand still. That's a tradition. Okay, and that's a tradition that you need to change. Okay, so we have things that we can do to change our situation, but we refuse to do them. Okay, on the eve of the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King, I know just the observation of his birthday. I know it's not his birthday on the 21st, but that's when it's being observed on the holiday. Okay, there's a lot of things that we can take over. But we don't. We don't want to. We refuse to. Because we don't believe in ourselves. Just like Vanity Girl said earlier. You have to, well, just like I was telling her, you got to believe in yourself. But we don't believe in ourselves. We always talk about what we did. We keep hanging on to the past. The past doesn't mean anything if you're not going to learn from it and say, okay, yeah, we was kings, and yeah, we did invent this, and yes, we did invent that, but what good is it? It's like, what have you done for me lately? What have we done lately? What are we doing now? We can't just keep going into the past and I guess having this nostalgia about how great we was in the past. It's about where you are and what you're doing right now. And I know a lot of us are doing whatever it is we can do. And I'm not talking to you. Okay, if you're doing whatever it is you're doing and that's working for you and your family and you building, that's great. Okay, I'm talking about us as a collective. Because we keep talking about the past. We did that, man. In the past we built the pyramids. Nobody could figure out how it was done. We lined it up with the North Star. Keep talking about this stuff, but what are we doing now? It's so bad for us that I can't even hardly speak to one of my brothers out on the street. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? What you mean, what's up? I'm like, bro, I'm just speaking. Just saying hi. Okay, sorry. I ain't mean to ruin your day. But that's how we are. Okay. Let's see, I have 15 kids. I need chickens so they can go to college. All of them. Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that, guru. Let's see, black people got horrible culture and morals. I don't know, where you from, gent? I mean, we see, this is the thing about the culture, though. And this is the thing about what I'm talking about right now, tradition, because that's all voodoo is. It's just tradition. You talking about honoring the dead, okay? Let's honor the dead by getting out of this situation we in, okay? Yep, in Indiana. If you close to Gary, then of course I guess I ain't even gonna say Gary. Well, Gary is like one of the most popular places there, but I'm pretty sure in any city it's bad. It's bad for us. Okay, even on the eve of the holiday for Martin Luther King, like Atlanta, Georgia has so much history. But look at Atlanta right now. Look at it. Buckhead, Bankhead, some of these places in Atlanta, man, I wouldn't even go to. And they're proud of that. They're proud of that. They're proud. We're proud to be from violent areas and from violent cities and from cities that they'll kill you for over nothing. We're proud to be from these places. That's how sick we are. But we round here chanting and lighting candles, laying on top of dead bodies, eating glass, killing goats, thinking that that's going to change our situation. My son keeps telling me now, and I'm seeing after the movie Birth of a Nation. I don't know how to change it on a mass scale for us. All I know is I'm just trying to do what I can do. That's it. That's it. I don't think anyone can ask anything more than that from me. I don't want to kill everything in this video, but I know it was kind of light. But I just want to leave you with this, okay? And I'll get off. I got a call on Friday from my sister, and she said my nephew got killed, okay? But she called me back about an hour later, 30 minutes later, and said it wasn't my nephew. It was someone with the same name as my nephew, okay? So, but like, when she told me he had died, I still felt it. Like, I still agree. Like, it took me to the next day to calm down off of that emotion. Like, because when she called me, she was like, man, he dead. He got killed. I was like, whoa, boom. Okay, immediately it hit me. Even though this young man's still alive, I tried to save him, but immediately all that, I just got heavy burdened with guilt, like it was my fault, like I didn't do enough to save him. But the thing is, the next morning, even though I knew my nephew wasn't dead, I felt like we was in a state of hopelessness and despair. I was like, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Death can touch us at any time. And it's even more sad when it comes from your own people. Okay? People can get upset with me with talking about voodoo or talking about these traditions and just like he's an idiot. He don't know what he's saying. But like, man, if you knew me and you sat down and had just a serious conversation with me, I don't care what I said from then on, you would know that I'm a person out here that you need to be alive. Okay, but somebody might get upset with me with what I'm saying about voodoo and do some type of potion or something to get me to shut up or something like that. But if you really understood the condition that we're in, and if you really understood what I represent, you wouldn't do that, because you would understand that I need to be alive. I'm a good representative for our people. Okay, but to make my point, and I'm gonna close with this, even though my nephew wasn't dead, I still felt the grief. Okay. Even though my nephew wasn't dead, I still felt the grief for the family of that young man that did die. It didn't make a difference that it wasn't my nephew. I didn't feel any better that it wasn't my nephew. Somebody still lost their family member. And 9 times out of 10, it was at the hands of another brother. And that's the state that we're in. If we're not trying to fix that with therapy, with solutions that work, then we are losing. And it's going to come a time where we're no longer going to be losing. We're going to be completely lost. Okay, so before that happen again, I'm gonna get up out of here, family. Thank those of you who, I know we started the show late. Kevin, he's with his family right now. I thank you for allowing me to come in and share this information. Voodoo week is over. Okay, I don't know. Next week might be Islam week. Okay, so I don't know. It just depends on whatever comes up. Do whatever it is that you can do. Don't be afraid to speak against something that doesn't make sense. You know these things don't make sense. Drinking blood, killing animals, spraying blood all over the place, spraying blood all over you. I don't care who did it. I love Malcolm. He's right here behind me. I love Martin. But if they talk about us doing some rituals, spraying blood all over the place, I'm be like, bro, I ain't with that. What's the other thing? I ain't with A. How about B? Okay, well let's try B. Okay, so BD Evolution again in Birmingham, bdevolution.org. The Rapture album is available. I played a little bit of a song coming in when I was setting everything up. The brother Kevin is talented. Man, don't get down on that brother for rapping. He is a very talented rapper, and I'm not saying that just because we friends, but I listen to the guy. I've heard some of his music that you guys haven't heard. The dude is talented. Okay, so if he blows up and becomes, something great, which he's great anyway. He don't have to have the money and the celebrity to be great. The brother is talented. Okay, so we need to support our talented people. Just like anybody that we see that is intelligent, and we can shelter them from this nonsense that's going on out here in this world. You see a young man or a young woman that may just need some support. That's what we have to do. We have to take our bright people and we have to get behind them and we have to support them and we have to shelter them from all of this nonsense, because so many of us that grow up in these environments, we get sucked into that life and we never become what we're able to become. And those we suffer some of the greatest losses in this way. Okay, so you see somebody out there, man. I'm doing whatever I can. I know you guys are doing whatever you can. But if you see somebody that needs some help, man, and you know you can help them and change their life, that's what we got to do. Okay, we got to stop being so selfish, and we have to be willing to help one another. When you see someone wants to help, they need the help, and they will appreciate the help. The only gods that we need are each other. The only God that I need is you. The conclusion to the delusion of voodoo. We out. Good night, family.